Hi, this is a short mobility workout that can be done at any time. You will need a blanket and a yoga block or two yoga blocks. So we'll start in what's called a child's pose. You'll open your knees wide. Now I have my blanket supporting the whole lower leg, the whole shin bone. Bring your big toes to touch and then sit back towards the heels. Walk your hands forward. Now if you can, try and keep your elbows up so that you're stretching the upper body and the shoulders are stretching. And then we're going to walk our hands towards our knees and we'll come up and we'll bring the knees closer to one another towards the midline. Tuck the toes under and bring your hands slightly in front of your shoulders so they're just about a hand in front of the shoulders. Now from here, keep looking in between your thumbs, tuck the tailbone, slowly segment your back. We're coming into what we call a cat pose, rounding the back and pushing the floor from us as we dome the upper back. Inhale here, and as you exhale, begin to lift the tailbone, slowly segmenting the back. Don't let the head lift. Imagine a tiny little spider walking up your spine until you get all the way between the shoulder blades, and now you can look again in between your thumbs. Keep the eyes looking in between the thumbs. Tuck the tailbone under. Imagine there's a tiny little spider walking up your spine. Take your time. Slowly until you can reach to the space in between the shoulder blades, round the upper back, push the floor away from you, and turn your eyes to look in between the knees. Keep the eyes looking in between the knee. Lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Slowly, imagine you can feel your spine as you move slowly, one vertebrae at a time. When you get to the shoulder blade area, then now you can lift your eyes and then come back to neutral. So that's the cat-cow. Then we're going to extend our right leg back, push into the ball of the foot. Walk your left fingertips forward. Inhale here. And as you exhale, lift the left arm, lift the right leg, push more with the right hand. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the elbow and the knee to touch, round the back into that cat pose that we had before. Inhale, exhale, extend. One more, inhale here, exhale, knee and elbow touch. Inhale here, exhale, extend. And then bring the left hand down, bring the right knee to the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, extend your left leg. Push into the ball of the foot. Walk the right fingertips forward and push into your left hand. Inhale here, and as you exhale, lift the right arm, left leg. Inhale, exhale, bring the elbow and the knee to touch. Inhale, exhale, extend. Now make sure that the left leg is not lifting too high, that the hip is not coming up too high. Inhale, exhale, knee and elbow touching. Exhale, extend. And then inhale, come back to the center, come back to your starting position. Inhale one more time. This time as you exhale, bring your right leg out to the right and the whole foot goes onto the floor. Check, you can even come up to check and see that the knee, the left knee and the big toe on the right are in one line. Inhale here, we'll extend our left arm towards the left side, and then as we exhale, we'll thread it through, almost touching our right foot. Inhale, lift that left arm, extend it to the left side. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale here. Bring the hands back to the floor. Lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling like you were doing the cow pose. And then sit back towards that left heel. Inhale, come back to the center. Lift the tailbone again. Exhale, sit back. So you're stretching your inner thigh muscle. Inhale, come back to the center, lift the tailbone. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, come back. And now bring that right leg back in. For the left side, I'm going to show you from this angle. So we're going to lift our left leg and bring it out to the left side, placing the whole foot on the floor. From here, we'll inhale, extend our right arm out to the side, and then as we exhale, we thread it through. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, thread it through. Now we're going to do our sit backs. So inhale here, lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and then sit back towards that right heel. Stretching the inner thigh muscles. Inhale, come back to the center, lift the tailbone. Exhale, sit back. Come back to the center. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, sit back. And then come back to the center and bring the left leg back to the center. Right now we're going to shift a little bit and we're coming to lie on the floor. So I'll fold my blanket and I'll bring my blanket so that it can support my head. And from here, I'm going to come down onto the floor and I will have one block. Now I have a second block, and this is where I say you can have a second block. And we're going to bring the block in between the thighs, and you will see why we may need a second block. Going to lie on the floor with my shoulder, my right shoulder, slightly moving forward towards the right side. So I don't want to be on my shoulder joint. I'm trying to be on my shoulder blade. And then from here, I'll take my left hand, on fingertips, I'm going to circle that arm around as I open my chest, keep my legs together and open until my arm comes onto the other side, keeping my chest facing up towards the sky. And then I'll circle back all the way until I'm back where I started. And this is where if you have shoulder issues, it might be difficult for that shoulder to go around. So you could take another block or a stick and just use it as the extension of your arm. And you can take as long as you want here. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going fast. And I'll do that twice. So if I'm not using my block, I can do it twice without the block. If you're using your block, you can do it twice or 3 times with a block. You can always stop the video and do it as many times as possible. And we'll shift on to the other side. I have my 2 blocks. One is in between the thighs. Now, I don't need a block to go around, but if you do, just keep it close by so you can use it. When you lie on the floor, you want to be lying on the shoulder blade, not on the shoulder. Keep the knees together, that's why we have the block there. And I'm just going to put my right fingertips on the floor and rotate to open my thoracic spine, my upper back. And then rotate back. I'm using my fingertips on the floor, drawing that semicircle. One more time. And relax. From here, I'm going to do one last stretch that kind of combines everything together. No, I lied. We have one more stretch to do before we do that. We're going to stretch our ankle joint just to get a little bit of mobility there. If you have blocks and you want to use them, you can use them. I'm just going to come onto the floor. I'll place my right hand onto my Achilles tendon and pull my Achilles tendon down as I take my knee forward. So I'm feeling that ankle stretching out there, the ankle mobility, the Achilles tendon stretching. I can come back to the center And do it one more time. And release. And let's go to the other side. So right foot on the floor, left knee on the ground. Place your left hand, so the opposite hand holding the Achilles tendon. As you keep your heel on the ground, stretch out and stretch out to the other side. And one last one. Let's do one last one here. Good, and relax. Now I'm going to keep that right foot forward, and I'm going to use my blocks. You can use your blocks or not. And I'll pick up the back knee, and we're going to do a stretch that we call the world's best stretch. And this is going to help us really stretch out the whole body. Take up my right elbow, bring it inside my right knee. And then as I exhale, I'll open my right arm up towards the ceiling. Bring the elbow inside the knee. Exhale, open. Elbow inside the knee. Exhale, open. And then gently bring the back knee down, and I'll switch sides. Now, as you noticed, I had my blocks, but you can also do this without blocks. So I'm going to show you how to do it without blocks. I'll lift my back knee, come into a lunge, and I'll take my left elbow inside my left knee. And as I exhale, I open it up towards the sky. Elbow to inside of the lug, and then open it up. Elbow inside the lug and open it up, and then place the knee down and bring the back leg back. Now if you want, you can finish off here with another child's pose, finishing off a nice mobility routine. And there we go, a short mobility routine that you can do every day just to help open up the body from toe to head. Thank you so much.